Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Creative Spirits podcast. We're here with our season 4 and Interlude 2, where I have the absolute honor to interview and chat with the glorious Sherrie McCarthy. You may know her from the Creative Spirits podcast, my beautiful co-host, who's also an amazing author and creator of these gorgeous yoga journals. But today we're going to be talking with the gorgeous Sherrie about the yoga journey, a guided journal for your home practice. And the little subtitle is Fall in Love with Your Perfectly Imperfect Life. And Sherrie, I'm just going to just put it out there. Sherrie actually I'm one of the people this book is dedicated to. So Sherrie actually gifted this book to me probably nearly a month ago now. And I'm only halfway through my daily yoga practice and journal writing, but we'll get to the reason of that shortly. And this book is a breath of fresh air if you just need to start yoga, but also if you just need to start a regular writing practice, and if you're ready to just embrace where your life is exactly where you're at in it right now. So welcome, Sherrie. Hi, my love.
Thank you. I love it. Hello. That was quite the intro. And you managed to say it without stumbling, because this is always a problem, of course, when you have like these long titles. It's fantastic for like the search word engines, but it's not so fantastic for someone who's trying to tell you what the title of the book is. You know,
Yeah, definitely. The thing is too with titles of books is you do need people to know what they're about to open. So there is a little bit of pressure with what you're going to call your yoga journey. Because you want people to open it. You want people to know that, oh, this isn't one of the, and today's Instagram pose is going to be this handstand, and make sure that you have the vase with the H2O to a quarter filled with some rose quartz in the corner.
Exactly.
So I think it's really important that you have the caption, fall in love with your perfectly imperfect life, because let's face it, 99.
I can't even do a handstand, people.
I can't handstand. Of course I can't handstand.
I'm still working on crow pose, people.
I'm happy if I downward dog. Let's face it.
Exactly.
I did it. Tree. I did it. But the thing that I'm so passionate about talking to people with yoga in particular is, for me, yoga is a spiritual practice. It's where breath and body come into the epitome of one. For me is my yoga practice. But for so many people, ego still rules their time on the mat. And what Sherrie has done with this beautiful book is she's giving you space to journal and journey, but she's also sharing her own personal journey. And nothing beats a woman who's like, I got to be on my mat for 10 minutes and I was a bit frustrated about this, but then I realized that through surrendering, I was able to just be okay with where I'm at. And that's what the Creative Spirits podcast is all about. And I really feel, Sherrie, that's what your book does so beautifully, is it encourages people to go, oh, I'm not alone in this, and to accept wherever they're at in their journey. And if we do have listeners, I'm sure we do, that can already do a yoga headstand, awesome, rock that headstand. But I'm sure our listeners get what I mean, as far as like, we're not here to talk about egos ruling, the world and the space and your mat in particular. This is about surrendering to exactly where you are.
Exactly. Yes, you summed it up perfectly. Thank you.
Well, I'm really engaged in
because
this
I think this is also something that because I again, it's one of those books where I was kind of like, I may be saying stuff I don't want to say. Like, kind of sometimes when we turn off the Creative Spirits podcast and we look at each other and we're like, did we really just say that? Do we want to put that out into the world? Because it's a little bit unguarded. It's a little bit of just, like, this is vulnerable and raw, and you're putting yourself out there, and you're like, okay, am I going to get bomb from strangers, or am I going to be squirt with lemons? Like, which one am I going to get today? And of course, depending on who it is, they might give you two different things or both. Who knows? So it is also something that when you're writing this kind of book, at the same time, it was exactly like I said to you. I wanted women to have that spiritual, but also very physical. I think this is something that often we think about when we think of spirit and yoga and everything else. We think of the perfection. We think of that beautiful shot. We think of, sitting on a mountaintop and having the light bring down on us. And we're like, this is where we are. It's so perfect. It's so beautiful. And let's face it, 99% of the time, life is not like that. And neither is your yoga practice, and this is what I really want to bring in here, was that life doesn't have to look like that. Your yoga practice doesn't have to look like that. You don't have to look like the people on the Instagram feed to have a regular yoga practice either. And I really thought that, when I started the yoga journal and yogaing again all the time in my life, it was at such a difficult time that for me, it was a way to have time away from life. I could feel the most intense emotions and still be able to move through them and have that body-mind connection that let me just, okay, now I'm going to hold this pose. And if I cried, it didn't matter. Yoga people crying all the time, Like that's the thing with yoga. Either they're like, I'm so perfect, or they're hot messes in the corner. And I was that hot mess in the corner. And I only had one yoga instructor who was
cry. Yep.
Like, yeah, it just the bouncy and geeky, and she's kind of sharing the journey with you. But I really wanted a book to help other people do that yoga journey themselves too. And by looking at mine, you can have your own way, but at least it's a way to look and be like, oh, this is how she's doing it. And I like that, so I can do it, or I don't like that, so I can do it completely opposite. But either way, there was just a little bit of structure there that you can be like how I'm answering the prompts, and then you can do what you like.
I love, and what I love about the prompts and you sharing your personal experience and responses to the prompts is that often, well, not even often, every day has been spot on perfect for me, and I've been able to relate or take something from what you've presented. And sometimes you're presenting some hefty grief, and sometimes you're just presenting that I got some time on my own and I got to have a coffee. You're presenting real life, real authentic Sherrie, showing up and going, this is it. But last week we went to record this interlude and we're having some internet problems. And as all of you know, I'm incredibly spirit-led and I read all the messages in everything that Spirit presents. And I was saying to Sherrie how, look, babe, maybe this is meant to be because I've actually stopped at, was it day 12? Day 12, day 13. I've stopped my regular journaling.
Day 9 or day 12? I thought it was day 9.
Was it only day 9? Oh, see, I
think it was day 9.
I have a tendency.
I'm not sure though.
Let's just pop it up here. It's on my screen here. Here we go. There. Oh, I've already skipped. Anyway, I'll do a quick scroll and see. But what was really amazing and what we wished that I'd pressed record on, because it was so divine, was that when I opened the day that I was up to, whichever number that was, when I opened the day that I was up to, it said, where are you pushing?
It's just a number.
No, where are you pushing yourself? Are you pushing yourself too much? And Sherrie saw my face. I was like, oh, yeah, I am. Like, April was the busiest month for Gumboots by the Sea and all my celebrant work. I did 4 weddings in 3 different states. Like, the fact that I was getting any time on my mat at all was amazing. Silas was away, single parenting, all sorts of things were going on, or solo parenting. I'm definitely not a single parent, but solo parenting. It was an incredible time. And just that message came through the journal and I went, oh, showing up doesn't mean every single day. A part of the imperfect is going, I'm going to get back to that, and I might just do 1 entry a week or 1 entry a month. It actually isn't about, because again, that's ego driven. I did the book in 30 days. Yay for me. What we really truly have to honor is acknowledging where you're at. And I wouldn't be truly, and Sherrie wouldn't be truly supporting that if I then was really hard on myself. So the fact that message was, are you pushing yourself too hard right now? It was like, well, yeah, I am. And what for? Why? So we've only been back 3 weeks.
We also decided a couple of times, right?
Yeah, we did.
And we kept saying, we're not going to do it. And then you'd be like, you sure we're not going to do it? I'm like, I think the internet's too bad. You're like, okay. And then 2 minutes later, you'd be like, you sure we're not going to do it? And then she opens it up. It's like, you are pushing yourself. Stop the pushing.
It was, yeah, so Kate Darnell. That's me. But I've been letting myself sit with that, and it's been really, really beautiful. Because say last night I could have got the final edits of Ramblings done, but I was like, no, I'm going to go to bed. I have a big day tomorrow. I'm going to choose sleep. Then the first night we were back, I could have really got myself sorted and had some space and done some admin to catch up on the week that we had away. And I went, no, am I pushing myself too far? I'm going to run a bath. I'm going to listen to one of my spiritual processes. Amazing shifts that make time and space. That means that when I'm back on my mat and I have my journal and Sherrie's yoga journey beside me, I will be ready to go, yeah, I was pushing myself far too much. And what for? Who for? The only true gold stars that we can receive are the ones that we give ourselves.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So
again, it's one of these lessons you need to learn over and over again, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's just like you are exactly where you need to be. And these times we fall off the horse and we're like so stressed and so trying to get back on it. And we're running after it so fast. We're lying in the mud whipping ourselves going, why aren't you running after the horse? It's just this thing we need to keep learning over and over again that no, wait, I'm allowed to stop. I'm allowed to breathe. I'm allowed to take this time off. And then when I'm ready and okay again, then I can go back again and restart and retry. But it's just something we need to learn over and over and over and over again.
and over. But the amazing thing is, if I told people that, if I told people, they wouldn't believe some of the things I managed to get done in time, in plenty of time, but it has meant putting something on hold for 2 whole weeks. It's like the yoga journal. There's no deadline for that. That is me sitting and taking time and space for my own healing. I can't do it for the sake of doing it. I need to be committed to my own sitting in the muck, and I need space, and I need to respect myself enough to make space for that. So there's no point opening the journal just to scribble down 6 words and be like, I wrote a journal entry today. I won't be getting anything out of that. I won't be achieving or accomplishing anything. The true accomplishment, the true getting things done is when you trust that you are supported, you are divinely guided, and it's all working out exactly as it needs to be. And this is what I tell my clients all the time. And those lessons have to keep coming up. I feel Spirit does it to me, especially to be like, you walk and you talk there. How's that going for you, Kate? How's it feel? How's it feel?
Well, actually, I would argue that, though. I'd be like, maybe instead of being like how proud I am of myself, I'd be arguing, why do I feel I need to be proud of myself? Why do I need to go there? What is...
Yes. Yeah, what am I proving?
Triggering me, which we want to talk about next season, or all the triggers, but what is it that I feel I get? Exactly. Why do I feel this need to prove?
And, oh my...
Yeah, and that's what you really want to be journaling out.
Sherrie, this is why I haven't journaled yet.
Sorry.
No, I was due for a Sherrie.
All those things you're like,
I was due for a Sherrie truth bomb. I received that one. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's like, but why? If we truly are in this moment, perfect timing talking about Ramblings to an Awakened Healer next week. If we truly are in the moment, there is no other bits. So there's nothing else to prove. But how do we do that and be a human? We be.
I think this is a continuous process. There is no way to do it. It's just a constant learning. I'm trying, and like I said, it's the caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly, and then knock right back to caterpillar, so you can go back to your cocoon again. No one gets to stay butterfly. It's just a constant turnover.
It's there's no constant butterflies. They're a myth.
Nope, there isn't. Yeah, we always think we're going to get that butterfly and we're going to fly away and stay beautiful for the rest of our lives. And it's just not true. It just means that you've learned one lesson and you start to integrate it. And either you're ready for the next one or life happens in another way. And you're like, actually, no, she needs to go deeper in that lesson. Like, I just can't take it anymore. And all of a sudden, you're a butterfly.
The message I'm receiving right now is I need to go back to the beginning of the journal. So if anyone else goes and treats themselves to this little piece of magic, where can they find it, Sherrie? That's an inconvenient place to freeze. So where can we find your journey, the yoga journey, Sherrie?
You can find it on Amazon,
yes,
Kobo, and Barnes and Noble for the digital version.
Yep.
And I do believe the paperback is on Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
Awesome.
It is expanded distribution. But for anyone who would like a free digital copy.
Yes.
Yeah. We're offering a free digital copy for any of our listeners. Yes, if any of our listeners give us a shout out and say either why you love, even just hashtag happily send a copy of the PDF your way so you can print it out and start journaling your own yoga journey today, tomorrow, whenever the spirit feels you.
That is awesome. So I'm just going to recap because we got a little bit choppy. If anyone does give the Creative Spirits podcast a shout out over the next week or so, whenever you hear this recording, give us a shout out on Instagram or Facebook, reshare, share the love, tell us that we're awesome. Sherrie's going to generously gift you a digital copy of her yoga journey. With a perfectly imperfect life. And
I may have to journal that time, which I do it myself, see?
We all do. But also, let me know if you're starting it, because I've realized the biggest epiphany I just had is that I have to start it again, not for the sake of doing it. And I did do it and enjoy it. And I had some great breakthroughs, but they were like, okay, next breakthrough, I didn't sit with them. So I'm going to go back to the start and start it again. And I'm sure I'll check in with you guys and tell you where I'm at, especially as we start season 5, where we're going to be talking a lot about these breakthroughs and things that are triggering us and that constant caterpillar, butterfly, butterfly, learn, rise, plummet. Learn, rise, plummet, be, breathe, the ebb and flow that is life. Real-time healing here, beautiful souls, as always. And if anything, I hope that you are feeling a little inspired to know that both Sherrie and I do have yoga practices, at-home yoga practices, and mine is very, very simple. Sherrie, you do it's Adrian, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Yoga with Adrian. And I always look for the under 25 minutes. So just so people know, my practice is anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes a day. Yes.
Yep. I average about a 20-minute one, and it usually ends with Lucy on my back going, up, Mum, up. I'm going, oh my gosh, I am.
Exactly. I figure if any more than 25 minutes, it's not ending well anyway. So
That's right. And
mine normally have a child underneath me. Every now and then I'll be downward, I go curled under.
Love it. I love it. And so find your yoga, embrace the messy middle, beautiful souls. More than find your yoga, find your body, find the space for you. That's what I'm realizing. Don't just do it to tick a box. Do it to feel it. Do it to sit in it. Do it because you deserve it and you're worthy of it.
Yeah.
And Sherrie, thank you for the gift for our listeners. If they do give us give the Creative Spirits podcast a shout out, but also this guided journal, it encourages us to yoga at home. It encourages us to write, and it encourages us to be true to us. And that's what you always do. And for that, we thank you, beautiful co-host Sherrie McCarthy, and we love you loads. And I can't wait to see this book be out in the world even more.
Thank you.
It's a total delight. And we have another one of your books to talk about another time.
Maybe next season interlude.
Yeah, definitely. I'm halfway through reading. I've forgotten the title. This is who I am.
Confessions of a Reluctant Sailor.
That's it. Confessions of a Reluctant Sailor. Guys, go and take a read of that one as well. It's such a real read. It's amazing, Sherrie. You're amazing. And thank you for being a guest on your own podcast.
That was one of my... Exactly. Here's my little heart. It's all pulpy. Would you like to look at it? Please don't spit on it. Put it back in your chest type thing.
And the divine souls that find that book will be very gentle with it and will receive it greatly. So well done you. It's so hard to put ourselves out there. This is what ramblings. We'll talk about it next week, but it's hard. It's hard to share when you've decided that you want to be as real as you can. So we will do that, and it will be amazing. And I'll talk to you next week, Sherrie. Thank you.
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye. Thanks for listening, beautiful souls. We'll chat to you soon.